my neighbors for over a year because I thought they will put me in an insane asylum, you know, if I start telling this stuff. And I finally just broke down, went around to all the people around me and said, look, you've got to put water away. You've got to put food away. You've got to prepare it in case there would ever be an emergency. And they thought I was crazy, and I didn't tell them everything because they couldn't have handled it.
Mm-hmm.
But I let them know that you've got to prepare a little bit here. And then months later, my neighbor directly by me said, what are we going to do? Because I told them all when I got through giving them my little speech, I said, don't believe anything I'm saying. Get on the internet and look this up for yourself. This is real. This is really happening.
Yeah.
And then it was like, but if they don't know, I had one neighbor tell me, well, you know what, Patty, maybe you're just going to have to be the one to take care of everybody. And I said, no, you're misunderstanding.
There's a real passivity, and they have tried to breed that in people. They keep us in school for a very long time. They keep us for 12 years in school, longer if you go to college. They want you to be totally passive, to believe that you are protected, that the government is there to protect you. We know that's not true. We know that's not even true in natural disasters. When we look at what happens in many natural disasters now after FEMA has interposed itself, they become the bottleneck of resources. And everything has to flow through them whenever they get involved. And that in and of itself is a tremendous problem during natural resources. But again, as I point out, I think one of the best ways that you can wake people up, let them look at the internet. Let them look at Alex Jones's documentaries, because I think the documentaries take the time to lay it out in a way that people today will ingest it. You know, they're not going to look at a pamphlet. A lot of people are not going to do an internet search to see if it's true, but if they've got a movie to watch, they'll watch that, and we can make that case. We can show the documentation there. We can do it in an entertaining way. Thank you, Patricia. Let's go to Chris in South Carolina. Chris?
Hello.
Hello, Chris.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was the guy that called on the day of when you guys had the thing with Ferguson, and I was explaining how we were already kind of in the North American Union and how the fact that they were using this as a test for martial law.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. But at the same time all this stuff is going on, you know, you got Russia flying over our airspace and things of this nature. What I feel like people have forgotten is, okay, you know, Alex has had a couple people on. This is just my perception of these things. You know, they were talking about the guy that the guy that released the thing for a bombing in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, okay, there's these missing nukes. You had another guy on that was talking about how they can rejacket bombs. And now you got Russia, and then you got them also dropping the prices, trying to provoke Russia.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah, they've renewed the Cold War. Yeah, that's going to work out to their advantage, of course, because that allows them to sell more weapons in the military-industrial complex. And, of course, the biggest market, the biggest way that they can make money is by militarizing the police. That's a huge market. Terrorism is even a bigger market for them than the Cold War ever used to be. But, of course, they want both. They can never have enough. Go ahead. You had another comment?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. And the reasoning that they don't care so much about these executive orders is, you see, it's almost like they already know something that we don't know,
Mm-hmm.
if I make sense.
You mean the reason that the GOP doesn't care about the executive orders?
Yeah, they're passing stuff, not really caring. I mean,
I think they do. I think they do care. I think they want that power once they get back in office. They don't want to shut him down. They don't want to shut down the IRS because they want to use the IRS against their political enemies. They don't want to shut down the CIA because they want to use the CIA as part of their police state. They simply want control. And so what you'll see, whether it's Benghazi or whether it's the IRS scandals or whether it's the CIA scandal, they will use this to criticize the other side, to make political points, but they will never send anybody to jail. They will never fire anybody. They want that apparatus in there. They just want to take control of the apparatus. They want the levers of control. They don't want to dismantle any of this tyranny. They just want to use these trials, if you want to call them that, or these congressional hearings to criticize the other side. And then they're going to go in and take the levers of power themselves. And we see what's happening with the GOP doing exactly the same thing that they criticize Pelosi for doing. And that is putting together this gigantic bill introducing it with just hours for the public and for other congressmen to take a look at it and say, you got to pass it by Thursday or we're out of money for the government. Nothing will work. The military will shut down. Everything will shut down. So you got a couple hours to take a look at this. And then they pack the kitchen sink in there. Welfare benefits for or insurance benefits, I should say, for big banks and taking down pension plans, increasing their campaign contributions. I mean, everything is in there that doesn't have anything to do with continuing the funding of the government. Did you want to make another comment before we move on?
Just the fact that I feel that that's going to be the pretenses because that's the only country they can't take down, and that's who they're going to blame these bombs on. That's why the missing nukes, nothing ever really happened about it, and that's really where we're going to end up. That's why I feel like these executive orders are being passed, and we'll
see what happens. It is a global problem, as I've been talking about this situation in Japan, saying they're going to send government workers to jail for 10 years if they're whistleblowers, journalists to jail for 5 years. You know what they say? They say this is necessary to tighten control of state secrets so they can safely share intelligence with their closest ally, the United States. Yes, that's where it's coming from.
Silver
it's coming
has
from
always
America.
been nature's
we'll be right
very
back.
own antibiotic, and only one system allows you to generate an endless supply of natural silver solutions. SilverLungs.com. You'll find no wild claims or pseudoscience, just a lifetime of nano-sized pure silver solutions. The Silver Lungs generator allows you to make your own, so stop paying for silver solutions. The unique lung delivery system targets respiratory infections where other silver solutions simply cannot reach. See the Silver Lungs generator and lung delivery system at SilverLungs.com. That's SilverLungs.com.
Managing your business and customers isn't easy, huh? SnapForce customer relationship software may be just what you need. SnapForce CRM is a software solution that helps you manage everything important about your customers, from sales to marketing to service and support. All of your customer information is right there at your fingertips for easy access. It's time to take control of your business in a snap. Get your free trial at snapforce.com. That's SNAPFORCE.com. Snapforce.com.
2015 is almost here, and with it comes those New Year's resolutions to finally transform your body the way you want it. There's a reason over 88% of New Year's resolutions fail. Make this year different by equipping yourself with Oxy Powder, the next level in cleansing the body naturally. Using super oxygenation, Oxy Powder, available through InfoWarsLife.com, gently cleanses the body while you sleep with easy capsules. InfoWars Nightly News Director Rob Dew has been using Oxy Powder with incredible success.
Took it that first day, then I took it for 6 more days after that. 12 pounds melted off in about a week. I'd say a week, 7 days. And I've been able to keep it off, too. My wife is like, wow, you look really good. And I'm like, I know. I guess it's this Oxy Powder.
2015 can be different. Diet and exercise are important, but a lot of us have already tried that. Oxy Powder flushes it out. Secure your Oxy Powder at InfoWarsLife.com. That's InfoWarsLife.com or 888-253-3139.
Time and time again.
You need to come here and help us. We need assistance, please.
Those we should be able to depend on let us down.
Federal and state and local officials saying help is on the way. Well, the folks here in Bell Harbor say, show me.
Don't depend on the government to save you. Take action now so that you're prepared for the next disaster with MyPatriotSupply.com. Get the best prices on storable food, non-GMO seeds, water filtration devices, home canning equipment, survival and self-reliance books, and more at MyPatriotSupply.com. Call 866-229-0927.
We are hurting down here, and we need help immediately.
Before it's time to survive, it's time to prepare. MyPatriotSupply.com. MyPatriotSupply.com.
Everything is awesome.
Oh my gosh, I love this song.
Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Everything is awesome when we live in our dream.
Everything is awesome. That's what the Fox News commentator said when she saw the CIA torture report. He said, the U.S. is awesome. Let's just understand, we can't do anything wrong. That's the dangerous kind of attitude that's going to be coming from the Republicans in this next Congress. We've seen the Democrats tell their base in many cases that they didn't want to have unlimited warfare, torture, violations of civil liberties, and yet they've done it anyway. They've stepped it up from where Bush was. What are we going to see when people like Richard Burr take over the Senate Intelligence Committee? Well, we're not going to see anything. We're not going to see any data from him. We're not going to see any criticism whatsoever. It's going to get much worse. And we've been taking your calls about the torture report. Of course, Alex Jones is going to be back tomorrow. I'm sure he's going to have a lot to say about that, and also about all the bodies that were buried inside of the congressional funding bill. All kinds of stuff that they stuck in there at the last minute, not giving anybody a chance to take a look at it. That's what the GOP's promise amounts to. It didn't even last a couple of weeks. Of course, they passed the Keystone Pipeline legislation for the 9th time, but they didn't do anything to restrain the unconstitutional use of power. And as we mentioned earlier, we just had another bill passed that Justin Amash says is the most egregious legislation he's ever encountered. It presumes to grant unlimited access to communications of every American without any kind of due process, going before a judge, getting a search warrant, getting a subpoena, nothing. They're just going to give themselves legal authority to do what they've been illegally doing for quite some time. And we've seen a document surfacing talking about this Stingray program. We've seen police go before judges saying they're not going to reveal anything about their source of where they got this because they have a non-disclosure agreement with Harris Corporation. So that's the corporations, the military-industrial complex now are more important than our courts, than our due process. And when the judge says, you don't have a non-disclosure agreement with me, they just basically dropped the case and said, we'll let the guy walk even though we think he's a criminal, because the most important thing is our agreement with the military-industrial complex. We can't betray our corporations. Let's go back to your calls. We have a little bit of time left. I want to try to get through as many people as we can. Let's go to Rick in Canada. Rick?
Hello.
Hello. Go ahead. You're online.
How are you today, Mr. Knight?
Doing good.
That's good. I'd just like to express my embarrassment to the people of the United States and to the great staff that works at InfoWars for that last idiot that called from this country.
Okay. What?
With the guy with the triangles, right?
Oh, yeah.
I guess you get it the odd time.
Yeah, a little crank call. Go ahead. What did you want to talk about?
Well, it's not that I'm trying to steal your thunder or anything like that, but there's, regarding the IPCC, with the whole global warming thing.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's kind of off topic for today, but it was just something I came across the other day, and there's a fellow who operates out of Japan. His name is Corbett.
Mm-hmm.
I think the site is Corbett.com, and he's got the IPCC exposed for, basically the lies and misinformation that it all is. And maybe some of your viewers might want to take a look at this type of stuff as well.
Yeah, and actually it does kind of impinge on our tyrannical government. Obama said right after the election, even though the Republicans are going to have a majority in both houses, he said, I'm going to pass through my environmentalist agenda, and there's nothing that they can or will do to stop it. And, of course, we know there isn't, because he's going to enact his agenda, whether he's got any legal authority to do it whatsoever. We've seen him do that over and over again. Let's go to George in North Carolina. George. We're out of time. Well, that's it for today. Actually, we're out of time. Sorry I couldn't get to your calls. Alex is going to be back tomorrow. Tonight, we have the nightly news at 7 Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. Check us out. We'll be back tomorrow with Alex. He's got a special that he's going to offer tomorrow. Check in and see what that's about. That's going to be an awesome special. That is something that really is awesome, not our CIA.
This is GCN, the Genesis Communications Radio Network.
Sold out for weeks due to the difficult and extensive proprietary process behind its creation, the exclusive InfoWars Life Secret 12 formulation is now back in stock in the last limited shipment of 2014. The most bioactive form that has been created with our proprietary process. This ultra-clean vitamin B12 nutraceutical has been carefully crafted and developed over the last 2 years and is based on cellular science of how your body actively absorbs essential nutrients. Secret 12 is taken by mouth, right on the tongue, and then swallowed. No needles, no injections. Vitamin B12 deficiency is linked to scores of serious problems. And Secret 12 is a fusion of 2 organic, proprietary forms of vitamin B12, bringing you a true nutraceutical quality vitamin B12. Secret 12 is an excellent Christmas gift. Secure your Secret 12 formula before December 17th at InfoWarsLife.com and receive it before Christmas guaranteed. That's InfoWarsLife.com before December 17th or by calling 888-253-3139.